I don't care what anyone has to say about me. I'm gonna put pink hair dye in my hair. I'm gonna shave my eyebrows, paint my nails, dress in however I want to. These crazy big boots and like do whatever I want.
Welcome to LI on the Rise. This is all about people who are chasing their dreams. And today I'm with a hip hop artist. Please introduce yourself.
What's up? My name's Already Dead. Been making music for since I was as long as I can remember, and just out here trying to make my dream possible. Make the dreams of my friends and everyone else, and give them inspiration that if I can make it, you can make it too.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, dude. So let's jump right into the music, man. When I was listening to your music, like you have a very unique sound to it. Like a few of your songs blend hip hop and rock together. What made you want to go for that style?
With that, I was trying to I don't know, because I've had a lot of growing up I listened to Mac Miller and Eminem and stuff, like my family, my dad and stuff, and older rap and stuff like that too. But I also grew up listening to like Blink 182, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens, Panic at the Disco, and like mixed in with rap too. And as I got older, like when I was 11, I found out about Little Peep and Little Tracy and like all the people in like Goth Boy Clique and stuff. And that was when I like realized that like this is great because it's like a mix of like rock, like punk rock kind of, and like what I love too now at the time was rap. And it was like such a good mixture and I loved it. And what I kind of did, I tried to like do it, but put my own style to it. So it wasn't like exactly what they were doing, but it was like more of my own style, more rockish, but with the rap inside of it. Because I feel like the way they did it was a lot of it wasn't as like rock, you know what I mean? I want to make lean more towards the rock side of it because I thought that was really cool, but also have parts in the song where I was also rapping and showing off like my style and like my own like flows and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, I noticed that too. Like the rock portion of the music, it's really has that rock energy to it. Like the drums are crashing, you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
Little Peep, he would kind of use like the guitar, like a sample of the guitar, but your
Yeah.
drums like hit, you know what I mean? You know, it's a really unique sound. It's not that common though. Like, who are some big artists that blend the two?
I feel like MGK does that a lot. I feel like that's one of my inspirations for it too. But I feel like he doesn't do enough like of the add enough of the rap into it. I feel like it's more just like early 2000s rock kind of, but like with more of a modern like pop twist to it.
I agree too. He's just a straight rocker now. Like
Hmm.
there's not.
Yeah, but he still calls himself a rapper, and it's like,
Can someone do that? Like if they used to make rap music and now they make rock music, can they still be like, yeah, but I'm a rapper too?
I feel like they can, but I feel like it just depends on what you do and what sounds good for you. Because if we're all being honest, MGK's rap was not the only reason why he really got famous, in my opinion, is because of his beef with Eminem for some type of reason, just for like the clout or whatever. So
That definitely made him like 10 times more known.
yeah.
100%. Like I was saying before, you have a really unique sound. When people hear you, what artists do they compare you to?
Some people like they compare me to like what I was kind of like inspired by. They compare me to MGK. They'll compare me to like Little Peep sometimes, or like some people will compare me to Blink 182. But then they always say that there's like a rap to it, but it's like nobody can really like, you know what I mean. Other than like MGK, there's no real like person they can compare that they really compare me to or do compare me to.
Do you want it to be like that? Like, wow, I got my style is so me.
Yeah, but I've always thought originality was like the coolest thing ever. I've always wanted to be like different than other people, especially like now that I'm out of high school and stuff like that. Just like it really started to like come down onto me where I'm like, I can be myself. I want to be original. I want to do my own thing. Because I've always thought that like, especially now with the underground artists and stuff, they're all doing everything that they're doing is original, and I love it. It's so cool. And I've always wanted to just do like some crazy original like music or art or something the way that like nobody else would do it because I feel like that's like it's like not like an attention thing, but it's just like, you know what I mean. I feel like it looks really really cool and sounds really cool.
That's what makes an artist, you know what I mean? Because a lot of
Hmm.
people want to fit in with the people who are big and famous and talk about the things they do and the sounds they have. And it's like, man, it's like we already got those guys.
Yeah, I feel like there's only a certain amount of like little Uzis and like little this and little that you can have, you know what I mean, before it's like overplayed. Like the same with like Little Baby and stuff. Like I like him, but I feel like his they all sound the same. I feel like it starts to like bunch together, and you can't really tell who's even on the track anymore.
I follow you on Instagram and I saw a meme that you posted on your story and it says, repost if you dip your cock in the Wendy's Frosty.
Yeah, that was it was a joke that me and my sister had. It was like how she always had like French fries in her Wendy's Frosty, and I had she had posted the one that I reposted, and I thought that was so funny because I always used to tell her like, what else are you gonna dip inside of it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, you eat it off a cock or like stuff like that. And I always thought that was so funny, so I reposted that just because of like for like the little like inside joke kind of thing.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Because you reposted that, I was under the impression that you must have dipped your cock in the Wendy's Frosty.
Yeah, nah, yeah, that was just that's kind of like my humor though. My humor is very like it's I don't know, it's very like I like sarcastic and like just like whatever the fuck the thing. It's just weird shit that's like it's just why would that even make sense? But it's funny. That's like my humor. You know what I mean? It's just like weird shit that like you would just look at and be like, what the fuck? Like that's so weird. And I think that's hysterical. And I love like people just like I don't know. I feel like if people like look at that and they're like, damn, like that's so crazy and like why the fuck would you post that? I think that's cool. Like yeah, I would post something weird like that because I don't really care. I think it's just funny. You know?
Yeah, man. Honestly, just like be you and whatever you like. I mean, people are following you, so they're gonna get you.
Yeah.
You know? Do you like
Hmm.
being on social media? Like, being an artist, you got to get yourself out there. Like, do you enjoy like the social media, or do you wish we lived in a time where like we didn't really have to do that when we wanted to be
I
in
like
music?
social. I love the social media aspect of it because I feel like it is a lot easier to get your stuff out. But then at the same time, I feel like the industry is so flooded with people now because it's so easy to get your music out there. It's just so flooded and it's hard to like stand out. And that's also why I want to make my music different because I want to be able to stand out and like these thousands of people that are like just every single day promoting their music on everything. You see it on like Instagram, YouTube, and some people just like buy their advertisements and like you see it everywhere. And it's like, what can I do to stand out? And that's what I feel like is a difficult part of social media and being an artist on social media and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's kind of like a love hate for it, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely really hard because there's a lot of noise, man, and there's a lot of
Hmm.
people trying to get on that feed, bro. It's fucking wild nowadays.
Yeah.
So, you were talking about that, like you really want to stand out and you're doing that through your music. But you also have a really interesting image. Like, I see your nails painted, you dyed your hair
Yeah.
black and green. I saw a picture with you with the Hello Kitty hat. How'd you form your image?
So I kind of like for me, I like positive things. Like if you look at my songs, they're all like semi positive, like just the vibe and like the beats are kind of upbringing because I don't really like depressing and like upset, like things that upset you and stuff. Like, and I feel like the majority of people don't like that either. You know what I mean? I feel like that's more of like a certain type of person. Like the way the music I listen to, that is like in me, I don't find it like sad or like depressing, but some people be like, that's really depressing music. But I find it like it gets me lit. So I try to like do like bright colors and like things that like stand out and pop out and like try to use like filters that make them like more bold, like pink and stuff. Pink like makes things like uncertain filters and stuff like pop out. And I want to bring more like positive, like colorful, bright stuff to like and be just like pop out and like stand out from everybody else because I feel like everyone else is just like especially now with like Playboy Cardi and stuff, they're like black and dark and like with like the what I mean, wearing all the black stuff and like their hair's all in their face and like all this other stuff. And I feel like we need more positivity in the world. And I feel like that's artists who influence a lot of people should bring that instead of like the negativity from like the way they dress and like the way they like present themselves to other people.
I completely agree, man, and I'm glad you're taking that route as an artist because like we need more of that. But your artist name is already dead.
The origin of like that name was from me. I was in a really like dark time in my life and stuff. Like I had struggled with drugs and stuff and like that. But and I was young too. I was like maybe 15, and I was just like a really dark time in my life. And I was drawing on like these pair of like white Air Force Ones because like I love to like just make everything look like it's written on, and like that's just really cool to me. So I was writing on them, and I was just like, I feel like we're all like everyone just walks around, but we're like already dead in one sense or another. You know what I mean? Like we're just like people who are going to die. So it's like we're already dead. We're people who are already dead to like just walking around. but we're, you know what I mean, in the future we'll be dead. So it's like we already are dead. And I feel like it's just like live your life and do whatever the fuck you want, and like do dress however you want, look however you want, because you're already dead. Because you're not gonna live for your more, you know what I mean, your mortality tells you that you're gonna die one day. So why like waste it on like trying to like fit into like this cookie cutter, like I'm this person, I'm here, I associate with these people. And I feel like that's like the meaning of it, like, you know what I mean, my own meaning of it. And I want anyone to like, I don't want this to be like a definitive like this is the answer, but like just take it however you want, you know what I mean. But my answer to it in my own way is I'm already dead. So what the fuck do I care what I look like, what I dress like, how I sound, or like if I looked weird in this one position, or like if I'm awkward, or if I'm like, you know, just to be positive about myself and do whatever I want, because I'm only live once.
That is a very mature thought for someone at the age of 15.
Yeah, really is. Yeah.
I seen a post on your Instagram. You said RIP Lil Peep, hashtag stop doing Zans.
That post was right after Little Peep died. I think it was the day of or the day after when I found out, because I found out about him in June, right before my 11th birthday, like when the Crybaby album came out in 2016. And I immediately like, I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like if I was like a reincarnation of him, that's me. You know, I feel I related so much with him, and I felt like that was who I, at the time, who I wanted to be. I wanted to be able to express myself, and like that's what I loved about him, and that's kind of what I'm trying to like bring my energy to be like, and carry on his energy, because it was always so positive and be yourself. And I don't care what anyone has to say about me. I'm gonna dress, I'm gonna put pink hair dye in my hair, I'm gonna shave my eyebrows, paint my nails, dress in however I want to, these crazy big boots, and like do whatever I want, say whatever I want, and like don't ever stop. So like when he died, that really affected me, because he was like one of my biggest like role models in my life and stuff, because it was just his energy and stuff. It always made me feel better. If I felt upset, I'd listen to his music, hear his voice, his words of like, if you're having a bad day, like it'll be okay, or maybe it won't be okay, but that's all right. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't know, he was always there. So when he died from that, that really like just made me upset. You know, I cried when it happened. I mean, I was like 12, but it was upsetting. That was really upsetting, because that was like one of my role models growing up. And stop doing Xanax. Fuck Xanax. I know too many people that have. It's never a good road. No matter what pill it is, anything. It's never a good road to go down. Friends that have got just. I've never heard a good story on them before. So it's just like, it's either somebody dies, or someone ends up in jail, or someone fights somebody. It's never good. Or any drug at all. I mean, like, I guess weed's okay, but like I don't do any drugs anymore personally. That one up there, which is Peep, like he's kind of like, I don't know what he's just up against the wall, like with his like hand on his mouth and stuff. Let me take this off the wall actually. Let me So this one is like, I drew it was like him and Lil Tracy as like Danny Phantom characters and stuff. And I drew them in like a background. I wrote like a line from his song. It's like, when I die, bury me with all my ice on. And it was kind of just like a vibe from like Switchblades, like the music video and stuff. I have that, and I drew like the Crybaby album cover and like stuff like that. But yeah, definitely a big inspiration in my life.
That's cool, man. Maybe one day you could put that drawing on a t-shirt.
Yeah, right. That'd be fire.
Right? That'd be pretty lit. I seen it in your Instagram bio. You wrote "Stay young forever." What made you write that?
So I feel like it has a kind of a double meaning to it. There was two meanings when I wrote that. So like stay young forever, in like one way of how I thought about it was like, I feel like as old people get older, I feel like, as I've realized when I get older, that like parents and adults and stuff, they're not as like much of like, because we see them in like a god way when we're children, like, oh, they're fine, they do everything. But I feel like at heart, I feel like everybody is still young, and I feel like adults still don't even know what the fuck they're doing. They're just like kind of winging it through it. And I feel like if you just keep that energy of like, I'm young, just stay young forever, no matter what your body or like how old you actually are. Just try to stay young and enjoy life no matter what. And the other meaning was like, I feel like, just like, at the rate things are going, we're not really gonna make it much longer. So we're just gonna be young forever. That was kind of like the more like depressing way of me thinking about it, when it was like, I'm just gonna, because if you die young, you never get older, so you're young forever. So it's kind of like a more of like a myself, like my like negative thought about it. But I try to think of it as a positive way.
I want to jump into your music, man. You have a song, What's Love? And that song has like a beautiful guitar riff in it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I love the fucking sound of the guitar. But anyway, I have a quote from that song. You say, "What happened to you? Don't even recognize the person you once was."
Uh, that line was I think it was the person you once loved. So it was
Oh, my bad.
yeah, no, sorry. So that one was like don't even recognize the person you. What was before that? I'm sorry. Just like repeat the first part of that.
You said, "What happened to you? Don't even recognize the person you once loved."
Okay, so it was kind of like this was right after my breakup with my girlfriend and stuff, and like I was kind of talking about myself because I was going through like this whole like not like a mental illness or anything, but it was just like this whole like bad state that I was in because she had moved away to Florida and I had gone to visit her and stuff, and the distance was hard, and it was like, and then we broke up. I was like, the distance and stuff made me act like a certain way, and it wasn't good at all. And I realized that now, having been out of the relationship and stuff, I was also gaining weight, and I was also just being like, just not happy in myself in that time. It was a time where I definitely shouldn't have been in a relationship because I wasn't happy in my own body. But um, I feel like it was more of like a her talking to me kind of thing, like what happened to you, and then it's like you don't even recognize the person you once loved. Like that was the person she once loved was me because she doesn't even recognize me anymore. You know what I mean? As myself because I had lost myself so much during that time in my life that she like one doesn't even really recognize who I am. Like not like you know what I mean, not like a physical way, but who I am,
Uh-huh.
my soul.
Wow, that's a very powerful song. Like that's brave of you to have the other person's perspective
Mm-hmm.
on your song that kind of puts you in a negative light, but I like that you're just being super real with it.
Yeah, I was just saying like I always feel like I've always like my entire life just put myself in other people's shoes and like always try to look at things from other people's perspectives and not even in my own personal relationships, but in like like everything else, like politics, you know what I mean, things like that, political standpoints and stuff like that. I've always tried to like, or people who are like starving and stuff. I've always put myself in like their shoes because I can never ever judge somebody from where I am because I don't know what they're going through. So I always try to like put myself in their shoes and look at myself or reflect on other people. You know what I mean? And like myself from their point of view.
And I'm very glad you said that, and I'm very glad you do that because I feel like a lot of people don't do that,
Mm-hmm.
and it
100%.
kind of fucking bothers me. But that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
So okay, you have another song, "Want You Back,"
Yeah.
and you say, "I don't want you back, bitch. I want the money."
Yeah, so it was kind of like that was also after the breakup too, but it was like cuz she started texting me again because we had blocked each other and stuff, and then she started texting me again and it just like it kind of got me upset in that time. It got me angry. I mean, I didn't feel like myself and I was like fuck you. Like I was just so over it and I was like just in such a bad point in my life where I was just like fuck you, I don't want you, I want the money. Like I have to focus on my future at this point because I can't even think about that at the moment. There was also this like petty thing that we were doing too. I'm not gonna put our business out there like that as much, but there was this little petty thing and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't even want you back anymore. Like I'm past that. I just want to focus on myself now. And I was also just angry and stuff at that point too.
Hey man, you put a lot of honesty in your music, and it is catchy. That "I don't want you back, bitch. I want the money." You kind of like
Yeah.
bop your head to it. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to say thank you for coming on here, and I had a lot of fun with this fucking interview, man, and it was super interesting. And
Thank
I,
you. I appreciate
I
it.
I appreciate you reaching out, dude. This was a good time.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Before we wrap things up, just let everybody know where they could follow you and listen to the music.
So you can follow me on my music account or my main account. My main account on Instagram is Connor Lachlan, ConnорLocklin, and my Instagram is Already Dead Music, I believe it is, or it's just Already Dead. Um, and then you can listen on all platforms. All my links are in my bios on my Instagrams or anywhere else you can find it. I also have Snapchat. It's Connor.Lachlan. That's where you can see where I post new music and stuff and like snippets and things like that, and just try to like post my links and stuff like that. So it's on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, you name it, it's on there.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you coming out and doing this. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.